Or when you put away death quite in the distance, far away from you, never look at it because you're so scared. Then you have time. Time between what is and what will inevitably take place. So either you project your life in the tomorrow, and so continue what you are now to tomorrow, and hope that there will be some kind of resurrection, incarnation, what you will. Or you die each day. Die each day to yourself, to the misery. You understand? To your sorrow. Put aside that burden every day so that your mind is fresh, young and innocent. You know that word? Innocence means incapable of being hurt. A mind that is not capable of being hurt. Which doesn't mean that it has built up a lot of resistance. On the contrary. Because it is dying to everything that it has known in which there has been conflict, pleasure and pain. It's only then the mind is innocent. That means to love. You cannot love with memory. Love is not a matter of remembrance, time. So love and death and living are together. They're not separate. It's a total whole. And therefore, sanity. Sanity is not possible when there is hate, anger, jealousy. When there is dependency, which breeds fear. So where there is sanity, there is, life becomes holy. H-O-L-Y. And then there is great joy. And you can do what you will. And what you will, what you do then is virtuous. It's true. You say, we don't know all this. We only know our misery. And not knowing all this, we try to escape. But if we didn't escape but actually observe never moving away even a fraction from what is. By naming it, by running away from it, condemning it or judging, just to watch it. You know, to watch something you need care. Care means compassion. So, a life that is lived so splendidly and completely can then go into something which we shall talk about tomorrow, which is meditation. See, without laying the foundation, meditation is self-hypnosis. If you have not laid or understood this extraordinary life, and so a mind that is without conflict, a life that has compassion, beauty, therefore order. Order comes not the order of a blueprint, but the order comes when we understand what is disorder, which is your life. Your life is in disorder. Disorder is contradiction. This conflict between the opposites. And when you understand that disorder, which is in oneself, then out of that comes order. The order that is precise, mathematical, in which there is no distortion. Now, all this demands a meditative mind, a mind that is capable of looking silently. So we'll talk about it tomorrow. Do you want to ask any questions? Beg your pardon? The need for you as a telephone. Oh. I understand that the need for you as a telephone is only an indication of the confusion we don't need to have. Please, it is a very simple thing I said. Yes, I know. I'm going to tie my question to it. May I? Please. Oh, what? Look, what I said was, the speaker is not important. What is important is that you listen to what is being said, because what is being said is an exposition of yourself. And I said, treat the speaker as a telephone, and it's not important. And you are saying, if you pick up the telephone and there is resistance to what is being said, antagonism, then what is the speaker to do? Oh, for the heaven's sake, this is not a very important question, is it? If you are antagonistic to what is being said, I'm awfully sorry. Don't be antagonistic. That doesn't get you very far, does it? Because you like to be antagonistic because what is being said upsets all your theories, your pleasures, your hopes, your commitments. You know, it's one of the most extraordinary things, especially in California probably. I don't know, I'm not sure of that. There are so many sects, so many groups, so many teachers, so many gurus, so many little bodies that are trying to meditate, follow, fuss around. If they are dissatisfied with one, they go off to the other. Just a minute, madam. Just a minute, madam. You know, window shopping is the most futile waste of energy. Because no guru, no teacher can bring enlightenment to you. You have to work at it. You have to observe. You have to stand completely alone. And what the speaker has been saying is this: don't follow, don't imitate. Look at your own fears, misery. It's your life. And also he's pointed out he pointed out that in observation, completely, without any distortion, what he changes. Right, sir. Beg pardon, I can't quite.
In one of your books, you state that miracles are the easiest things to
Me, what? Now, one
of your books, it is said that miracles are the easiest thing to do. Miracles.
one of the, you have said in some of your books, I wish you wouldn't quote a book. Including the speaker's books. And I really mean it seriously. Don't quote anybody. Because that's one of the most terrible things to do. Because you're living on other people's ideas. And idea is not truth. In one of the books it is said that miracles are the easiest things in the world. Isn't it? Isn't it a miracle that you are sitting here and I here and we are talking to each other? Isn't it a miracle? Because if you listen without effort, you will know what it means to live completely holy. And if you live that way, there is a miracle. The greatest miracle of all.
It was a miracle that we got here last Wednesday evening.
Yes, sir. So I can't hear at all. Forgive me. If somebody hear... That's all. There. Right, sir. That's enough, sir.
I have been living outside of this country for 27 years, and I have been back about 3 months. I find a tremendous fear developing here, and from my own observation and from the observation of my friends, I believe it is the takeover of the mafia and the development of a complete police state, which exists in Nazi Germany and communist.
Yes, I understand.
Now, what my question is, can you help us as individuals, which of course I realize we must work as an individual, but can you give us the key to fight against such injustice?
Yes, sir. I've got the question, sir.
You understand what
Yes, sir. The questioner says he's lived away from this country for 27 years and has come back after that time and finds there is great disorder taken over by the mafia and so on. And there is great fear. And can you give us a key to bring about or open a door to a life in which there is no fear? Is that right, sir?
No, not quite. I realize we must all fight as individuals, but I also realize that if we protest, we get our heads cracked and thrown into jail. Now, what can we do? What is the key that each individual can do himself to combat these awful forces that
And
are destroying the
what
world?
can the individual do to combat the terrible forces that exist in the world here in this country? Because what can you and I do without being thrown into the jail, our heads knocked? Now, sir, again, this is not an avoidance of the question, but can you as an individual first be peaceful? First of all, are you an individual at all? You may have your bank account. You may have a separate house, a separate family, and so on. But are you an individual? Individual means indivisible in himself, not fragmented. And we are fragmented, broken up. So we are not individuals. What this society is, we are. We have made this society. So, how can a broken up individual, a broken up human being, I won't call him an individual, a fragmented human being do anything but come to that state when he is completely whole? And then a totally different kind of action will take place. But as long as we are acting in fragments, we are bound to create more chaos in the world. Though the so-called mafia and the others may take over, which I mean, after all, life isn't so completely at their mercy. I'm sure this answer satisfies nobody. You want a key. And the key is in yourself. You have to forge that key.
Within me. But
He doesn't find,
and time is short.
yeah, time is short, he doesn't know how to go about it. Will you sit down, sir? I'll show it to you. Sit down, sir. You have said two phrases. Just a minute, sir. Let me finish that question, sir. May I finish that question, sir? You have used two phrases. Time is short, and there must be action, immediate action. Right? Can you immediately change? Not change tomorrow, gradually. Can you have this immediacy of perception of a whole life in which there is love? You know, all that we have talked about this morning. Immediately. The speaker says that is the only way to do. To change completely, radically, immediately. And to do that, you have to observe with all your heart and mind, not escape into anything. Escape into your nationalities, greed, all that. Put all that aside with one breath and be completely aware. Then there is a radical change immediately. And from that immediate transformation, you will act completely differently. What's that?
Does love have an object? Can one love only one person?
Does life have an object? Does love have an object? Can one love one person and the many at the same time? That's the question, sir, isn't it? Yeah. Have you heard the question? Can you love one at the same time as the many? What a strange question to ask. If you love the one and the many. But we don't love. What we call love is, as we went into all that, I won't go into it now. Sir, you know, a flower that has perfume, many can smell, or one can smell, but the flower doesn't care. It is there. And that's the beauty of love. It can give to one or to many. And that is only possible when there is compassion. That means in which there is no jealousy, no ambition, no success, the denial of all that man has built in himself and around himself. Through the negation, the positive comes into being.